You don't know me, but my name is Torma Ted. I was a Marine in Iwo Jima. I lost my best friend. There. The trauma caused the right side of my brain to ignite and overpower the left. I became a savant. Then I became a psychology major and PMHNP. I can't help my Marine instincts. I can't. They'll leave no man behind. I created this channel to share knowledge and create understanding. That way I can send my brainwaves out to help others. And not my soul.
Erickson's theory of psychosocial development describes 8 stages across the entire lifespan, each defined by a central conflict or crisis between 2 opposing tendencies. Successfully balancing these opposites produces a core strength or virtue that carries forward into the next stage. The big idea. At each stage of life, a person faces a psychosocial crisis, not a catastrophe, but a turning point. The goal is not to win one side over the other, but to find a healthy balance between the 2 opposing tendencies. For example, an infant needs to develop trust, but also learn a healthy amount of mistrust, trusting caregivers, but being wary of strangers. The 8 stages, fun and simple. Stage 1, trust versus mistrust. Age, birth to approximately 18 months. Crisis, can I trust the world? Virtue gained, hope. Think, baby depends on caregivers. Consistent responsive care builds trust. Neglect breeds mistrust. Clinical parallel, attachment disorders, feeding problems, anxiety in children with inconsistent caregivers. Stage 2, autonomy versus shame and doubt. Age, approximately 18 months to 3 years. Crisis, can I do things myself? Virtue gained, will, think. Toddler wants to dress themselves, say no. Encouraging independence builds autonomy. Over-controlling or shaming leads to self-doubt. Clinical parallel. Children from chaotic environments may struggle with self-regulation. Stage 3, initiative versus guilt. Age, 3 to 5 years. Crisis. Is it okay for me to do, move and act? Virtue gained, purpose, think. Preschooler plans activities, asks why, constantly. Encouraging curiosity builds initiative. Punishing exploration breeds guilt. Stage 4, industry versus inferiority. Age, 6 to 12 years. Crisis, can I make it in this world? Virtue gained, competence. Think, school-age child learns to read, do math, play sports. Mastery builds confidence. Repeated failure or unfavorable comparison to peers breeds inferiority. Stage 5, identity versus role confusion. Age, adolescence 12 to 18 years. Crisis, who am I? Virtue gained, fidelity. Think, teen experiments with different roles, styles, beliefs. Successful exploration leads to a solid identity. Failure leads to confusion about who they are and where they fit. Stage 6, intimacy versus isolation. Age, young adulthood, 18 to 40 years. Crisis, can I love and be loved? Virtue gained, love. Think, forming deep relationships and commitments. Avoiding intimacy leads to loneliness and isolation. Stage 7, generativity versus stagnation age. Middle adulthood, 40 to 65 years. Crisis, am I making a difference? Virtue gained, care. Think, contributing to the next generation through parenting, mentoring, career, community. Failure leads to feeling stuck and self-absorbed. Stage 8, integrity versus despair. Age, late adulthood, 65 plus crisis. Was my life meaningful? Virtue gained, wisdom. Think, looking back with satisfaction and acceptance versus regret and bitterness. Both feelings are normal. The key is that integrity outweighs despair. Quick reference table stage, age crisis. Virtue key? Question. References 1, 0 to 18 months. Trust versus mistrust. Hope. Can I trust the world? 2, 18 months to 3 years. Autonomy versus shame/doubt. Will, can I do things myself? 3, 3 to 5 years. Initiative versus guilt purpose. Is it okay to act and explore? 4, 6 to 12 years. Industry versus inferiority competence. Can I succeed? 5. 12 to 18 years. Identity versus role confusion fidelity. Who am I? 6. 18 to 40 years. Intimacy versus isolation, love. Can I love and be loved? 7. 40 to 65 years. Generativity versus stagnation, care. Am I making a difference? 8. 65 plus years. Integrity versus despair, wisdom. Was my life meaningful? Key points for practitioners. Warning stages are sequential and build on each other. Unresolved crises from earlier stages can resurface later and complicate current functioning. It's about balance, not victory. A healthy person has a favorable ratio of the positive over the negative tendency, not an absence of the negative. Some mistrust, some doubt, some guilt are all healthy and adaptive. What goes wrong when stages aren't resolved? Each stage has two types of maldevelopment. A maladaptive tendency from too much of the positive pole and a malignant tendency from too much of the negative pole. For example, too much trust without any mistrust leads to sensory maladjustment, being gullible and naive, while too much mistrust leads to withdrawal. Clinical application. Erickson's framework helps practitioners understand patients' difficulties as developmental blockages rather than just symptoms. A 30-year-old struggling with intimacy may have unresolved identity or trust issues from earlier stages. Compared to Kohlberg, Erickson covers the full lifespan of psychosocial development, while Kohlberg focuses specifically on moral reasoning. Erickson's stages are broader. They encompass emotional, social, and identity development, not just how people think.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more content.